Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Three Nerds on a Sunday, where three nerdy friends talk about all things nerd, geek, and pop culture related. I am one third of the nerd, Sunny, and the other nerd that makes the table today is Frank. What's up?
Hi,
Hi.
I'm here.
He is here, and you may notice by now, if you're watching this on YouTube, we are down one nerd this week. Manny is not able to join us this week, so as they say, the show must go on. So,
Yeah, we
and
might join in a
apologies
little
for
while, but we will see.
yeah, but we'll see how it goes. Apologies about last week. With the holidays, we were all three of us were really busy. We couldn't
Yeah,
seem to find time to kind of hook up and do the podcast. But we are here this week.
we
We got a
tried.
lot to talk. We definitely did try, but we
Uh,
got about 2 weeks worth of stuff to catch up on. So we
yeah.
got plenty of stuff. So
Oh yeah.
if I don't think we have any information to go over, so let's just jump into it.
Okay.
Frank, you said you got some piece of news to share, right?
Yeah, I got two, and you have
All right,
none.
I got none.
Okay, I'll just rattle them off. There
All right,
is free PlayStation Plus games coming out this month. I always think they start them like on the second week of September or something. It's not right away.
yeah.
And it might even be out by now, but I just don't log in that much. But anyway, we are getting Overcooked, which I heard is a fun co-op family-friendly game.
All right.
And then Predator Hunting Grounds, which I
Oh,
tried. I think I tried the beta, and it wasn't really that good. And I never bought it, and it kept going down in price, and now it's free. So I might play a few rounds just for fun here and there.
yeah, for free, can't go wrong. Shit.
Yeah, maybe it'll add more players or something.
Yeah.
And then Hitman 2 is also free.
Is
You
that
like
for
Hitman, right? So
PS5?
I don't think so. I think it's for PS4.
Okay. Um, I like the franchise. For Hitman, I'm not the biggest fan, but yeah, I mean, if it's free, hell, yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah, free is free.
Free is free.
So free games, and the Matrix trailer has dropped.
Ah, yes,
You watched it, right?
I did.
Do you want to see this movie? Are you really excited or not really that much?
I'm not dying to see it, but
Hmm.
I'll watch it. I watched the first three. I like the franchise as a whole.
Yeah,
Um,
too.
I think three gets shit on a little bit too much. It's not terrible. Um, two's fun. One is I think at this point it's a classic. So just
Oh
to
yeah,
kind of and then yeah, Matrix. I think it was called.
yeah.
That was weird and pretty fun. And the video game was not bad.
Yeah,
So
actually, there's a couple good games.
yeah, so I mean,
It dropped at the right time when people like knew what the internet was but didn't. And this was like a
right,
crazy theory that was just like, wait, what? Like people couldn't understand. They were like freaked out, and
right, yeah.
it was actually, what was it, 2000 or 2001 that it came out?
I want to say 99, but I could be wrong.
99, right? Yeah. So it was
I
like
and
Y2K was buzzing in people's heads, and they're like, what is this? The numbers are going to change in the computer, and
yeah,
everyone will
yeah.
die.
I mean, like, like logically, I guess it makes sense because you're like science is evil, but
These idiot
I know
programmers didn't account for the year 2000. We're all going to die.
we're not allowed. We're not allowed to live
All
past
the
that year.
IT people must have been rolling their eyes for like years.
Yeah, like that one
Like,
guy.
dude, that's not going to happen. Shut up.
I think it was there. I think there was one guy like I think it was Y2K or it might have been the Mayan one where like he sold all of his assets. He went to New York in Times Square
Yeah.
New New Year's Eve, and when nothing happened, everyone in the whole Times Square just started pointing and like laughing at it. Just walked away. It's like, damn man, that's fucked up.
Damn. Do
Yes,
you remember
Matrix came
anything
out.
about that? Like, do you remember any panic or do you remember anything like back? It was weird.
I remember people talking about it, but being my
Like from the
family,
news, right? Stuff.
yeah, but like our family is Mexican and Chicagoan, Like, go matching this way. I don't care. I don't. That's
My
stupid. I
mom
don't care.
freaked out. She went and bought a generator. She went and bought a whole bunch of water. She bought she bought a lot of like prepper stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at most my mom bought like cases of water, but we needed it anyway.
Like,
It worked.
here's a couple cases of water. It'll be okay.
Yeah, but
If
no, I
shit hits
mean,
the fan, we're gonna be okay because we got 2 cases of water from Costco. And that's like 100 bottles for $6.
like, we didn't really care about it, man. It was just like whatever, whatever. It don't matter, home. It's like all right.
They just kept saying it. I was like, I just kept hearing it over and over on the news. I was just like, is this? I guess I should be worried. And then I was like, and my mom's buying stuff, so maybe something will happen. And then like, when after the night was over, like literally the next day, she went to Walmart and returned the generator. We woke up and everybody was alive, so she's like, oh, okay, I guess we didn't need it. We had like water and like canned goods for like years. She kept trying to make us eat it. We're like, I don't want that shit.
I don't want your peach in a can.
It's like we're in an apocalypse, man. I'm not eating that. It's so funny though. Anyway, that was a big tangent, but
Oh, and just to bring up, we thought about so Matrix came out March 31st, 1999.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
It was ahead of its time, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe literally, like as far as literature, maybe not, but
Yeah,
I've never been a big book reader. But I think there's what's that guy's name? Neil Stephenson, I believe. He's a very prolific kind of sci-fi writer who wrote a lot of weird stuff like that. I think his book came out even before that, like way before, maybe 80s. And then there's Asimov, and that was way back. And who was the other big one? Oh, Philip K. Dick. His stuff was even older. So obviously, like in that space, not really, but But this finally brought it to the masses, and this made it like cool, and this made it like interesting,
very relevant.
And it kind of takes a movie to do that. Yeah, and it came out at the right time, like I was saying. Like people were on the internet, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, like in the literal world, we're way behind everything. But this came out perfect time.
Read books, kids. You'll be ahead of the game.
Yes, read. Yeah.
Don't be like my dumbass.
Yeah, like the style of the movie, the look of it, the action, it was different. Cause like we've seen like martial arts film, but we never saw it like in like an actual American movie. It wasn't like a thing that ever happened. Yeah, like Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme, but those movies were still pretty not great. They were meh. It was just
action was way ahead. CGI was way ahead. Everything. It was really pushing every boundary.
Yeah.
I remember I did watch it at your house, and your dad had it on, and I was too young because I was actually kind of bored because it was a little bit going over my head, and I was just waiting for the action scenes. So as soon as like the hallway gunfight broke out, I was like, "Oh Jesus Christ!" I was like really into, but in between, I was a little bored because I wasn't grasping the other parts of it. But later on, I watched it a million times, loved it, and I was intrigued by it, and so I'm actually pretty excited for this. I hope it's good, man. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, story-wise, I don't really care. I mean, I remember vaguely the end. No, I actually remember a lot about the end from the third one, and it's like, are we really doing this shit again? But and I think the other biggest issue I had was they're focusing too much on CGI. Like the movie heavily CGI'd on everything, the action, the look of it, the backgrounds, like the original one, there was a lot of like wire work. There was CGI obviously, but there's a lot of like wire work and like practical effects and stuff that made it kind of blend together. So I'll see it. I'm not excited, but I'll see it. It's Keanu.
I believe it's number, right?
Right.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like they couldn't even make him shave.
he's doing John Wick 4 still.
I guess
He's
his
got
character is what he's kind of like lost and down on his luck and stuff, and he's just kind of like weirded out and stuff.
So I don't want to do theories, but if you go off the end of the third film, it makes sense where he is. I don't know how we got there again, because again, there's an insinuation between two characters having a conversation that this is a cycle that always happens. The
Yeah.
humans and robots are always fighting. There's always conflict and resolution, conflict, resolution, and that this peacetime won't last. So we know it's gonna happen again,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't want to watch it. But like I said, I'll give it a go. Keanu, I'm obviously a big fan of his and want to support him, and so I'll watch
Yeah.
it.
We didn't get Keanu Day, so we'll take this in lieu.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Nice.
I know Manny's a big fan, so he's definitely down for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
All right, man.
yeah, I think that'll be it for the news, right?
I think so.
All right. So
Ready to nerd out?
yeah, like I said, we got like 2 weeks worth of stuff to catch up on. So this will probably
Yeah, no, right?
be longer nerd out than the normal. So who would like to
Yeah.
go first?
I'll go if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Based on Manny's recommendation, I started watching the new American Horror Story series or season,
Double feature.
and it's the one where this family stays at like a coastal town in the U.S. somewhere, maybe like Maine or who knows, something like that.
Yeah.
And weird things are happening in the town, and the guy wants to be a successful writer, and he does something within the town to make that happen, and then bad, weird things happen to him and his family and stuff like that. It is pretty good. I really do like that main actor guy who's been in American Horror lately. I don't know his name, unfortunately, but he is the lead male actor here in this series, and he's been in I think he was in the camp one as well.
Okay.
But I like this kid. I think I would even make him be like a Nightwing or like a. My brain immediately goes to casting him in people in superhero movies. So I'm like, this would be like a cool, like young kind of fighter type of guy, maybe like a Nightwing or something.
Yeah.
But I just kind of like him and his acting. I thought it was pretty good. The season's good so far. I think I watched 2 episodes and I haven't gone back to it, but I'm gonna circle back. I probably got another 2 to watch, but the first 2 are good. But like we were kind of making fun of this show about, is like they always start strong and then it goes weird and then you just kind of don't care by the end.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know
Yeah.
what happens. But so far, cool. Very cool.
Nice.
So the news that the Cowboy Bebop show is finally like more real with the screenshots. I don't know if are you a fan of Cowboy Bebop at all? The anime?
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of the soundtrack, but I've never seen the actual show.
Yeah, the soundtrack's great, man. That's what I love. The show I used to watch it on Adult Swim, but it was all out of order, and I would just watch random snips like late at night. I thought it was cool and everything, yeah, but I never really started watching it. But the screenshots made me finish it because I did buy like a box set maybe 2 years ago, like on Black Friday for like $11 or something on Amazon.
Nice.
So I started watching it. It's a very short series, only 26 episodes, but it's just about these 2 bounty hunters, and there's just some really cool stories. There's some introspective stuff. There's some lighthearted stuff. There's some just like space western stuff. So the animation is actually really good overall. I mean, it's an older series, but it holds up really well. There's something more like less shortcut-y about it. Like it's definitely trying to push the envelope in some of the action scenes and stuff. And the voice acting very good. There's some really good Americanized people in it. I know this is like blasphemy, but I don't really watch things dubbed. Sub. I watch everything dubbed. And it makes a real big difference when there's really great voice talent for the American voices.
Mm.
But these are really good. And anyway, so I finally finished the show because of those screenshots. I was like, all right, that's it, damn it. I need to finish this damn series. I think I was like 7 episodes away. I just kind of blew through them. But the ending was really cool, man. I really loved the ending. I was just like, it had a lot of emotions at once. It was sad. It was great action. There was like friendship between like two guys, like bros, and then there was like, just so much to it. I thought so.
Yeah.
Really cool. If you've never seen it, definitely watch it. It's on Hulu. They have the whole series.
Yeah.
You can watch dubbed or subbed if you want to be. You're gonna be one of the cool kids who watch subs, but you can watch dubbed, and it's got a great voice actors.
Yeah, it's good, man. Yeah. I
You should
definitely
check
agree.
it. I think it would be one
Yeah.
of your kind of shows.
Yeah. I've had people tell me to watch it because I'm getting into certain animes, but I do agree with you on the dub thing. Like if it's a live action film, I will do sub and actually like listen to what it was meant to. But with the
Yeah.
anime, I'm like it's basically a cartoon. Just give me some
Yeah.
good dub, and that's all I
Yeah.
need. Cause like My Hero is the American dub is fantastic. It's
Oh yeah.
unbeatable. So when you do like
Yeah, it's
great,
really
it changes the whole series.
same with like Dragon Ball. Like because you and me watched it on American TV, it was already dubbed,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to switch to subs, and the
Oh,
voices, they just don't make sense to me because of the way was introduced to it. But also, it's really annoying. It's like the screaming and I just can't take it. I just those weird voices. They creep me out, and I don't know. It's
no,
just
cause like I think it was Goku has like a really like high pitched voice. He's like, "Ah, yeah."
yeah,
I'm like, oh
yeah,
shit.
like that. Yeah, it's a
It's
really
like
high.
I don't know what you're saying.
Like, oh, okay. Well, it's not for me. Sorry.
Yeah.
But it's a really great series, man. It's really good. It's definitely one of those classic ones, and it's short, nice and short, so you don't have to watch like 10 seasons worth of stuff to get into it.
All right. Nice.
Um, so let me see. I have three more. I'm gonna try and be
Yeah.
quick.
Oh, go ahead. Take your time.
I got the game Aliens Fireteam for my birthday. It was on sale, and I had a gift card, and I was like, I'm gonna get it. So it's actually a budget game. It's $40, but it was like 33 or 32 or something like that recently on Amazon for physical copy. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. So I
Okay.
turned it on, played it, and it's pretty cool. You can get matchmaking, but it's probably better with friends. You can talk smack and play and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sound is all really good. It's all very authentic as far as shooting noises and bullets and the way the pulse rifle sounds and all that. You can make your character, you can pick your class, you can unlock a bunch of stuff as far as weapons and sidearms and all kinds of stuff. The game itself is a little shallow just because there's no story.
Yeah.
So it's completely multiplayer. So just if that's not what you want, don't even bother.
Hmm.
But if you just want to shoot bugs and have fun, and like it's kind of like just waves, like you making your way through a facility and they're coming at you, and then like a big scary one will come out and things like that. So I
Yeah.
think it's decent, especially for $33. I mean, it's really not bad at all.
Not bad. Because at the end of the day, the only good kind of bug is a dead bug.
Yeah, man, dude, imagine if they made something like this with Starship Troopers. Oh my god.
I mean, honestly, if they did
Oh,
Aliens and Star Trek Troopers in the form of like Left 4 Dead 2, it'd be the greatest game ever.
yeah, yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm looking forward to that Back for Blood this
It's
October.
yeah.
So
That
hopefully
one I'm
that's
kind of
a revival of that.
yeah.
But it's
So
just cool. It's just not the most polished, and it doesn't have a story, and it's a little shallow. But if you just want to shoot some bugs and kind of be nostalgic and blow stuff up and have fun, it's not bad.
nice.
All
All
right, I saw two movies. One of them I didn't know was a movie.
right.
It's The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf. Have you heard
Oh,
of it?
okay. I have, yeah.
It was on Netflix, and I was watching it, and I was like, got to the end, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a cool." you know, I was like, oh, okay, let's see episode 2. And I'm like, wait, what the? Like, what? Like, that's it? This is a movie? What? I was just like, I couldn't believe it. So I was a little bit like doing other things right at the same time. But when something really super interesting would come out, I would be glued. And that's why I know it's good if I actually stop what I'm doing. But I did a bunch of times. But I thought like in the back of my mind, I thought the next episode was just kept playing. But no, I was like, oh my god, it's a movie. But it's actually kind of better because I think it gave you just enough, and it had a great action, really nice animation. I really didn't think I would care at all about the story, like at all. But
Yeah.
I ended up liking it. It's actually a piece of what up, man?
What's up?
It's the Manny Bear.
Wow.
We're doing nerd outs, and I did like a million of them already. But we're talking about that Witcher Netflix show or movie actually. I didn't know it was a movie. Wait, what?
The cartoon?
Yeah, the new one.
Mm. How
and
new is
basically
it?
it's about. Wait, what happened?
How new is it?
It just came out like a week ago, something like that.
Oh.
But it basically is about when all the Witchers kind of fell, like when their what do you call it? Their base was destroyed and stuff like that. So it had a really cool ending with a lot of action, a lot of monsters, and all that. I would definitely recommend it if you're liking that. But I mean, it still matters in like the Henry Cavill show because this is what Vesemir went through as far as when he was, when he was young.
Right.
So it still makes sense, even though it's animated and everything. But well, I'm hoping the live action is not far behind for season 2.
Nice.
But it is good. It's definitely, I give it like an 8, maybe 7. But I did enjoy it. The last thing I did was Don't Breathe 2. Did anybody watch that?
Not yet, no.
I saw that it was available, which kind of surprised me, and then I remembered we were in COVID. So I did not. I did not watch it yet.
You guys seen the first, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Yep.
You guys like it? What do you think of that?
I did.
Well,
I think we touched on this at one point.
yeah.
Anyway, Don't Breathe 2 is good. It's kind of, it's really dark for like no reason. I don't know. There's some really cool sequences where, the whole protagonist is doing great, amazing things even though he's blind. Basically, it's like some kind of drug addict, old man daredevil in Detroit kind of movie where he's just like beating people down and doing crazy things.
So is he good now in this one?
Sort of, but still a bastard.
Yeah,
it's just weird in that regard because it's like, well,
Yeah.
why is he like the anti-hero and then like I hate everyone in this film, like they're all pieces of garbage and it's like they're just maiming each other and stuff. But there's some cool sequences and it's just a kind of a weird movie, but it's worth a watch, I think. I maybe give it like a 6 or so
Okay.
because of those reasons. But if you watch the first one, I would just go ahead and watch this one too.
Nice.
First one maybe a little bit better because to me the story made a little more sense. You didn't fully know everything that was happening yet, stuff like that. It was kind of more confined to one place.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's it. Did a lot.
Oh, okay.
But it was 2 weeks worth.
Cool. So I'll go ahead with my Noiduts.
Wait,
first
Sonny,
one-
is that a new hat?
No, it's from last year.
Oh, look at that. That's a sexy hat. Bear season's tomorrow. All right, sorry. Or Sunday when you guys are listening to this.
Yeah. That's right. So if you're a Bear fan, bear down until they break our hearts again. But it's a new season. We'll see. For my nerd outs, first one I'll touch on is not it's pretty bad. It's a movie from 1989. It's called Best of the Best. Essentially, the U.S. is in a competition with North Korea in this like karate tournament that they hold every like 2 or 3 years. Yeah, so and they
Sounds
get a band
familiar.
of yep, and they get a
I feel like I
band
heard.
of misfits guys that are all good karate. You got the the brash American guy, cowboy hat. I think it's
What's
oh
your
what's his name?
caricature?
Uh Penn's brother, the guy from Reservoir Dogs. I forgot his name, but
Yeah, Penn.
yeah,
Chris Penn.
maybe that sounds about right. But the brother, he's in it. We got the old veteran guy that has one more shot because he blew out his shoulder years ago, but this is all he knows how to do, and this he has to redeem himself. We got the nerdy weird guy. He's really good at numbers, and he just likes to fight and he's a lot, but
Yeah.
he's like Buddhist now. We got
Have you
the
seen it,
foreigner.
or was this your first view?
What's up?
Was this your first time watching it, or have you seen it before?
This is my first time watching it. I was just I wanted to see how bad it was, and it's bad. Um, this is like most cheesiest copy and paste film. And like they didn't even bother trying. They're like, let's just take all these little bits and pieces. Let's take every trope in the book.
I'm
One
watching the
guy has,
preview.
yeah,
Hilarious.
James Earl Jones is in it. Something, yeah.
Oh my God! A young James Earl Jones, or was he always the same age?
He's kind of old already.
Hard to tell. He was not as old. Um, he's the hard nosed coach that takes no BS because of something that happened in the past, and the young
Don't play around. Stay in the game.
the young I think is like Korean American fighter who has a dark past and he has a reason to be here. It's god awful. The action is not good. It's very 80s. They clearly didn't train at all, except for like two people in the whole film. Even with the Koreans, it's like the most stereotypical bad guys of like Rocky style. It's like they do all their training outside. They're getting beat with sticks. They do all the push-ups on their knuckles, and it's so fucking bad. This movie is so cheesy. If you are looking for something to put in the background at a party or you're having some drinks with some friends and want to laugh, this is definitely something you want
Just
to like.
laugh at it.
Yeah, you want to laugh at it, have a couple of drinks or get high and watch it. You're like, what the fuck? It's definitely that kind of movie. So it's not cool. Yeah, it's bad. So best of the best on Netflix.
It's the best.
I wouldn't know what best category for, or maybe the best of the worst, but
Yeah.
shit, yeah, that was bad. So we'll move on from that one. Another one that is a rewatch is Demolition Man, starring Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone. This
Yeah.
movie is ahead of its time. I'll tell you that right now. It's more relevant now than when it came out. Very relevant.
Really?
Yes.
What was the big like issue that was happening within the state? Like they like banned violence or something, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. So Sylvester Stallone is called the Demolition Man. He's the old style running gun cop, and just shoot people first and ask questions later. And Marcus Phoenix, played by Wesley Snipes, is the bad guy. Basically, he turns the south side of like L.A. into like his old kingdom. So he just like runs everything. Everything's on fire. It's terrible. He's like the worst person in the world.
So he's like saw it
Um,
from like prison, right? Isn't that what happened?
so
And he didn't know that
Sylvester,
it's like peaceful now or something.
Sylvester Stallone goes captures them, blows up a building, gets framed for murder. How? I don't know. It needs to happen. So they freeze him. Instead of putting him in prison, they put him in cryogenic freeze to serve out his sentence. So he wakes up in a world where um, everything is PG. Everything that is considered bad is illegal. Spicy food, movies, bad music, as like the radio stations are just jingles for like songs. So like Oscar Mayer Wiener hot dogs and all that kind of shit. Um,
Yeah.
and again, like
It does seem
you
like
can't even
really relevant.
Yeah, like if you watch, it's very relevant, like by accident, and it's because
Yeah.
and it's overly PC to the point where the people who are in charge aren't even that PC. They're just evil and like, well, it must be this way because I am evil. It's like, but and then we have like Dennis Leary in it, who's like the bad side of what we used to be. It's like we have to find a balance. It's just we go too far left, we go too far right. We don't know how to like stay centered with our shit. So, is there so with all that aside, it is actually a really fun action movie. There's some great lines in here. I don't want to say the joke because I can't say it and do it justice, but there's a clip that they play of him as a young cop, and this lady asks a question and the kid answers, and it's hysterical because it's out of nowhere. There's a lot of great like one-liners. There's some great quotes in here. The action is very strong. A lot of it's practical. Wesley Snipes, he's great in this movie. He is hilarious.
He's
He's
pretty funny.
badass.
Yeah.
He's funny, and like you can't tell if
Suspenders and stuff.
you can't tell if he's a dick in real life or if he's just like really good at it. But he's a great bad guy. He's fantastic.
He is big in real life.
To watch him in this movie is well worth it. He's really good. He's like a Joker that knows kung fu. It's like
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, he's funny.
so it's pretty
Yeah, I
funny.
always liked this one. It was funny.
Yeah, it's really good. So check it out if you haven't seen it in a while. This was on Netflix as well. If not Netflix, then Hulu, but it's one of those. Um, or just type in Google and see where it's playing. Um, my next nerd out, just real quick from last night. You might hear my voice seems a little crackly. I lost my voice from last night. Freelance Wrestling is my favorite Chicago-based promotion, and this is the first show back in about a year and a half.
Wow.
So
That's
it was,
crazy.
yeah, it's like I never left. It was all of the fans were energetic. Everything was great. The wrestling was fantastic. It's a great time.
Is
Um,
it outside or inside?
it was inside.
Mhm.
Um, I so without getting into wrestling stuff because it's not that kind of podcast, although it could be. Um, I always like make new friends for the night. We joke around, we have a good time. We'll boo somebody, cheer somebody, curse somebody out.
Yeah.
It's always a good time. Everyone's really cool over there. Uh,
Like,
even
these are like serious fans, man. They're like hardcore fans, right?
yeah, yeah, we're yeah for freelance we're hardcore to death, and the rest.
Freelance, so they don't get paid for any of this.
No, they do. Freelance is
Oh,
just
okay.
Something, right?
oh,
Up
yeah,
the
no,
ticket price or whatever.
yeah. I don't know the logistics of everything, but they do get paid.
Sure,
But
it's not much, but yeah.
even the wrestlers tend to hang out a little bit longer after the show than most other shows because they'll sit there all day talking to fans, waiting to you know get everyone's autograph and take pictures with them, and they're more than happy to just hang out with the fans and stuff like that. So it's really cool. It's good to have it back. Hopefully we can stay open and keep going. It's a mass
Yeah.
mandate, but the way things are, they can close it all down again. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But that was
Well, I'm surprised they kind of waited that long because, I mean, things were opening up a little bit maybe 6 months ago. I thought
um
maybe like we done one a little sooner.
indie wrestling. You'll come to find is very I don't know what the word
Conservative.
is. Very liberal-esque, I guess, and they want to make sure everyone is okay and that they're kind of feel, like safe at shows. So, like they prefer you to be vaccinated. They want you to wear the mask, try to,
Yeah.
have it on at all times, kind of stay apart from people and just be careful, stuff like that. If you
Mhm.
can't make it, we'll, give you refunds, whatever, they're not going to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, go ahead, spit in my mouth and have no mask on and whatever. I don't give a shit what you do. They're very
Yeah.
careful on how they handle things. So,
Did
we'll
they like,
safe.
did the performers like, did they restrain from like interacting with the audience? You know, sometimes they get close and punch each other or they jump towards the gates and
Most
stuff.
most did. Some said, "Fuck that! I'll do what I want," because they're bad
Yeah.
guys. No, for the most part, it was pretty good. Like I've had wrestlers by accident spit on me because I was in the first row, or get like blood on me, or like sweat. So there wasn't any of that here, but
There's the
yeah,
bodily fluid zone. You gotta watch out.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes you gotta watch out because some of those bastards sweat like mother suckers.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
mean, if you're pretending to get punched in the head and they go like that, and they might spit back.
yeah. So
Yeah.
no,
Oh, that's
it's
good, man. I mean, yeah, I'm sure. I know you've been missing that. Has there been other organizations who have still been doing shows, or have
yeah.
almost
I've
all
gone
of them
to
stopped?
I've gone to a few shows now, but it doesn't have that same feel. Freelance is just like, oh, again, like everyone's into it for the whole 3 hours,
Because there's
cheering
still like
and
this cloud over people, right? And they're just kind of like, there's this nervousness and like
yeah.
hesitation. Yeah.
So that's freelance wrestling. Missed him,
Scrape
but
your head off with the voice, huh?
yeah. Oh yeah, and I'll let take you guys one time, just check it out. But that's gonna be hard to arrange, but we'll try one day.
I went to that one, but I don't think it was freelance.
No, that was
I was
MLW. Yeah.
But the crowd was really funny, like just talking crap. Some guy was like, "Hey, you got to push square" or something like that, or push triangle. It was funny, man. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I was like, "You fucking smart ass." Oh no, that was funny. That's good though.
Yeah. My next two nerd outs will be new films that came out Friday, that just passed.
Okay.
First one I'll talk about is Kate on Netflix, starring Mary Elizabeth Weinstein, or Weinstein. Right off the bat, I'll give it I was very tempted to give it an 8, but I'm gonna give it a 7. The last 30 minutes, it's 30 minutes too long, and there's a surprise twist that's really not a surprise twist at all if you know these type of films, and it drags on a little bit too long. But the pros, this movie's gorgeous. They the color palette of the film is a lot of these like dull whites, gray colors with like a bluish hue in the background, and then it's contrast to that when the blood gets on it, it just pops on screen. There's a lot of use of like neon in here, and it pops and it looks really gorgeous. This movie is shot very well. At times, this movie looks like the video game. I don't know if you remember. It's called Stranglehold by John Woo. Yeah. They're
Oh
just
my gosh.
yeah, they're just a
That was
couple of
cool,
scenes.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a 360 game thing.
Yeah.
The quasi sequel to Hardboil.
Yep.
It was very fun. And some of that
So it looks like that because of the action or because of the cinematography? Like what way?
cinematography, the sets that they use, the camera work is great. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is really good in action. She's really good in this movie. I think what was the movie that we talked about last time? It was like with Karen Gillian. It was like the same type of this movie. It was like
Gunpowder?
Yeah, it was like Gunpowder Milkshake, where
Yeah.
I said
But
she
you
was
didn't
fine.
like that one, right?
Yeah, I liked it, but it wasn't what I thought it could have been. And
Yeah.
Karen Gillian isn't made for that type of action, like John Wick style action. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is. She was fantastic in this. The action's really good. It's really, really good. The camera work is tight. It's
That's good.
it's not like it's not shaky cam. It's not too close to the action. It gives you enough to see what's going on, and it's pulled back, and you can see everything. Um,
Okay.
and Woody Harrelson is in it for a little bit. He's pretty good in it. He's never really bad.
Yeah.
The general story of it is she is an assassin who, in the midst of getting in the middle of a job, gets poisoned, and she only has about 24 hours to live, and she has to get her last hit in before she dies because she's not going to make it out of it. So she's like, well, I might as well take as many people as I can out now, and it leads to a night of death and blood.
Is it
Really
fast
good
paced?
action movie.
But you said it was kind of long though.
Yeah, it's like an hour and 51 minutes. It's just
Kind of long.
yeah, it's pretty long. Like I said, the end with the surprise twist. They didn't really need that. They could have cut that out completely and went with
Bet
the
you she was never actually poisoned or something like that.
no, she is poison. Trust me.
Damn it.
and, and
Okay.
and and I say that because this is a movie like Extraction where she gets the living shit kicked out of her and it shows on her face. She has bruises, a red eye, like it looks
You do
like
that.
brutal.
Yeah.
And you can see her getting like tired throughout the whole film and it's really cool. Um,
I like. Yeah.
yeah, this definitely
Feels like
falls.
things are actually happening. Like not, she was just in a car crash, and now in the next scene, she's having a freaking latte, thinking about her next move with no scratches on her.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like Jesus Christ, come on.
So like I guess a good comparison just to kind of give people like kind of an idea what's going on. Take the action of Extraction and the look and style of John Wick 3, and that's kind of what you have here a little bit. Um, so yeah, this is a really good action movie. A little too long. Um, I think the acting overall is pretty strong. This does take place in Japan. It deals with the Yakuza, so that's some cool stuff in there too. Um, there's a lot of great visual shots in here. It looks great. It's really fun. It had my attention for about 85% of it until the end, but I
Yeah.
think it's worth it. This is something I'll definitely go back and watch for
Give
sure.
it a try.
Yeah. So, next thing I saw will be my last nerd out is let's see if I can say this right because I don't think I've said it right once yet so far. The James Wan movie on HBO, Malignant.
I think it's right.
We'll say yes.
That's it.
This movie is batshit crazy, and I say that because it starts off as a horror movie, turns into a murder mystery, and then turns into an action horror film. Um, it like I was kind of afraid that this was going to be like a Conjuring knockoff, but it's
Yeah.
not. This
Games of like,
again.
look at everything I learned in the past 6 years.
Yes,
Yeah.
like this is like it has like the feel of like Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon, but a lot more redefined, I guess, or like refined with like better camera work. Has like a bigger budget and it looks a lot better and smoother. Um, this isn't his normal type of like horror with like the past couple films he's done of like tension building and jump scares. This is like right in your face. It starts off really fast. When the story starts to unfold,
Yeah.
it all makes sense on how the mystery killer moves and the way that it works. Again, it's batshit. This is it's clearly someone went up to James Wan and said, "Do whatever you want. Here's a budget. Enjoy yourself." And it's fun. This
Well, that's what you do. A guy like that.
yeah, this gives me like John Carpenter vibes in the sense of like this is a movie that is not going to be for like probably the general audience. This is like a kind of niche film of like B horror stuff that's like balls to the wall nuts, but you can see that the love and care in it, and like people take it serious, and it's fucking cool, man. I don't know, I really liked it. Cause like,
Yeah, I do want to see it.
yeah, cause like John Carpenter in his whole career is always like, fuck you, I'll do whatever you want. And this kind of has, and like James Wan with this film kind of has that same kind of like feel to where like I don't care if people like it or not, I'm gonna make it because I want to make it, and it feels like that.
Yeah.
The acting is hit or miss sometimes. If that's a big issue for you, but with this being like a pretty well budgeted horror B horror film or like a genre film. I think that kind of adds to like the wow, that's fucking crazy. Um, and the action is surprisingly really good. There is one scene towards the end that's like, what the fuck? Like, is this like John Wick versus like monsters? What the fuck is going on? It's weird. It's cool, but it's weird.
It's awesome.
Check it out. Like, I don't want to build it up as this greatest thing, but like I just had so much fun with it because like at first I was like, okay, I see the kind of route you're going. The acting's not great. The camera work is cool, but you're not really trying with like trying to be suspenseful and all that. But when it starts to change, I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. Oh, that's cool too. Oh shit, that's really cool. And I really got into it. So
Hmm.
um, for me, this will be a sleeper hit of the year. I can feel like no one's gonna watch this on HBO. Just
Oh,
because
they will, dude. It's
I don't
free.
really. It's free, but if you don't watch it in a month and then it disappears for a few months, people are like, oh yeah, I forgot that movie, whatever.
That's
Because
true. It might. It could happen.
it could happen.
Could
But
happen, man.
yeah, this is really fun. This is again, it's a little longer than it should be. Um, I think it's like an hour 45 minutes maybe. About I think you could have scratched down 10 to 12 minutes from the film, but it's I had a lot of fun, man. I'll
Still
give it
good. It's still good.
a I'll give it a 7 out of 10. This is definitely not for everybody. Um, I I don't I don't know what to compare it to, or I guess good movies to compare it to, but um,
Hmm.
if you've seen films like My Soul to Take, Deliver Us from Evil, and Death Sentence, I guess in that vein of type of films, if that's something that might catch your eye, check this because this is very gory. It is very bloody. You're gonna see people just getting wrecked. It's pretty crazy. Um, but
Okay.
Jane Wong's styling here is here. The set pieces look gorgeous. The camera work is fantastic. It flows really well. It's a pretty decent looking film throughout. There's nothing too spectacular or like color wise or like schemes in there, but it's a really fun watch.
Hmm.
Um, I enjoyed a lot of it. So that's my little spiel of that.
I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, I forgot about this movie, and then I saw an email said, "Hey, Malignant." Oh, okay.
So
Uh,
um, that's it for my nerd outs.
cool.
Over to
A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
yeah.
All right, everybody nerded except Manny. So,
Yeah, I'll nerd
what about you,
out.
Steph?
Mine's gonna be super quick.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch some like old shows besides like Friends and stuff like that. So I've actually, since it's like football season, I actually started watching The League. Have you guys ever watched the show?
Oh
Frank, I
yeah.
doubt you have, but I wonder if Sonny
No,
has.
I've
It's
seen
actually, you've seen what?
I've seen the whole series, so I'm a huge fan.
Uh, Violet was kind of watching a little bit of it. It's an old show already, so a lot of the players that they mention aren't really in the NFL, so you don't have to get those jokes. But the
mm-hmm.
jokes still kind of hold up because they're still kind of mature jokes. And Violet was having a fun time watching it, so that's gonna be like my everyday kind of before I go to bed show. Um, what else? I'm kind of going more into football. So Madden is the game of choice right now, and it's constantly running. If I could get away, play a couple games. I actually
Yeah.
figured out that I am ranked 9,000 out of everyone.
Nice.
Out of how many millions or what?
However many games they sold, they probably sold like 20,000
That's not
games,
bad.
maybe. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, all right.
Yeah, I'm
So
good.
I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
and
that's
then
based
like I
on what,
said,
wins and losses and stuff, or what?
I think just you playing and not like giving up or anything because my record's not that great. Like this is the first time I've played in years, and
Yeah.
actually one of the first time the Bears actually have a good quarterback. So it's kind of fun playing with it and kind of messing with him and all that because he could actually kind of run, which is a little weird. Um, but I've been kind of doing that. Did my fantasy football stuff. Going to be balls deep into football tomorrow. Um, I want to say there was something else that kind of caught my attention, but I had a little get together for Elena, and I can't remember what exactly it was. I wanted to watch Malignant. I can't pronounce it now. But the movie that Sonny's talking about, but everyone was kind of sick in the house. I wanted to watch it yesterday. Everyone was kind of knocked out, so I couldn't watch it, and I want to watch it without Violet. But I do want to watch that movie. But that's about it.
I'm gonna get it before it leaves for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it before it heads out.
Yeah.
But I want to say that is it, because other than that, I look forward to every Wednesday for What If, and I know we got 2 of them to talk about. That's really it.
Nice.
Awesome.
So, Manny, Frank and I decided that we were not going to go into spoilers for Shang-Chi. Just kind of talk about kind of general overview, how he felt about it and liked it or not and all that. And then we'll do spoilers for What If.
I did remember one nerd out. I watched recently, yesterday to be exact, From Dusk to Dawn for the first time in a long time. I don't know why my pervert self.
The first movie.
Yeah, the first one. Salma Hayek was naked in that movie. I don't know why I thought she was, but she
never was.
Yeah, Tarantino, like, that movie is completely. I almost wonder how they advertised it when it first came out. I never went back and looked at the trailers or anything like that.
No, they were just considering like a robbery type of thing. Like they were focusing on the brothers, being robbers and stuff.
Because you don't know shit about it until like mid-movie, which is kind of awesome. And Tarantino in there is fucking amazing. Like, he's crazy.
He is.
Clooney's pretty cool. Like, it's a well-rounded movie. I will say it gets kind of weak when the action starts going down. It does kind of weak there. That's one movie that is a little bit too long for its own good.
This is one of the only roles I like Clooney in, which is really weird.
I like the movie up to when shit hits the fan and they get all locked in to into the bar.
Yeah.
But like the characters are all fun. The big black guy, and then also I forgot his name. Who?
I like Harvey in this. He's a lot different than usual.
Oh yeah. But who's the guy with the penis gun?
Tom
Savini.
Okay, him. He's awesome. It feels like a Robert Rodriguez film. Who is it?
Sex Machine.
Yeah. So I actually had more fun. It just disappointed me at the end. I forgot how bad. Well, not how bad the ending was, but just how much it dragged for me at the end when they're fighting all the vampires and all that. Or when they get all their weapons, that kind of just dragged for me. Yeah. That part was all right. I think it was after that when they just kept showing up and showing him, like, all right, over with. But the beginning onward is awesome. It's a very, very entertaining movie.
That like grocery store thing and everything.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Gas station, whatever it was.
It was like, he said you didn't see it because you were facing the beers, but I was by the magazine rack, and he said, "Help us."
Yeah.
No, I did it.
Just wanted an excuse to murder people.
Yeah. Which was kind of nuts. But that's about it.
Scary in that. I was afraid of him. Like when I was younger, when I saw that, I was like, "Oh Jesus, this guy's effed up in the head."
Like, I almost wish that was a sequel, and we got the first half of just those two together, and then the sequel is this or something like that. Because I wanted more of the brothers. The brothers were fun.
Yeah.
You don't really have an actor like Clooney right now. And like his prime.
I'm kind of surprised he did this movie.
This was his first. I could be wrong. This was his first like major acting role in a movie, because he was on ER. And I think Robert Rodriguez said, "Hey, I want to make you a star. Be my movie." Okay.
That's crazy.
So
how about Batman? How about this? How about that?
Yeah, he got Batman.
He hasn't been acting much lately, has he?
No, not really.
No,
Not really.
little bit parts here and there, but
I gotta say, like I was saying, like I've never really enjoyed him in anything. Just maybe it's just that his movies are not really anything that I watch. So maybe
He's
that's
doing
why.
a lot of indie stuff. That's why.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you do get a chance to watch the Descendants with George Clooney, that movie's pretty good. It's a family drama, but he's really good in it.
Is that when they're in Hawaii and shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
You won't like that. You won't like that, Frank.
I probably won't.
No, 100% you won't.
Damn.
But that's it. We could talk about Shang-Chi without spoilers and all
He
that.
knows.
Just try. You uncultured bastard. First you gotta read more
I
books.
know. Yeah, there's that, and then there's movies too. Never gonna happen.
So going to Shang-Chi, I just want to say, guys, we did it. We did it. We supported the movie, and now we got Venom because of it. We got Venom early because Venom got moved up to October 1st.
Yep.
That 90-minute movie. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that because Shang-Chi did so well, they want to kind of ride those coattails of that movie because it was like the highest movie for Labor Day, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's smart to move it up because it's like, well, while people are still willing, let's just put it out.
Yeah.
I don't remember what week it was, but I think like it made like $81 million in 1 week.
Something like that, yeah.
For like Shang-Chi, it made like
90 million.
90 million, yeah. So it's with time and everything going on, that's really good. So they're like, people go see certain movies. So
yeah.
I also
it's also like you guys got to release better stuff. Like you can't just keep throwing shit at the wall and hope people go see it.
That's true too.
That's not even more now than before.
I also think the show's helped a lot with Shang-Chi because it teased enough. Loki did a lot. We got Spider-Man that was coming out, so that trailer. That's like, a lot Marvel. That went into it. Huh? Yeah. Like it's not a bad movie, but it's also it kind of has almost, in so many words, man. Like I get why it was so big and all that, and he's a great actor. But it's almost kind of like Black Panther. Like it was great, and it was a very monumental step and all that. But it wasn't the best Marvel film for me, but it was pretty darn good.
I pretty good. It was better than I thought.
I love the fight scenes. The fight scenes were great. I have a feeling you guys probably appreciated those.
Oh man, yeah, they were good. I mean, I like when they start getting into the different styles. You know, there's a difference between when his mother and father fight versus when he fights the ninjas at the skyscraper and stuff like that. You know, just different styles, and they really brought in a lot into it. And yeah, it was so much better than I thought it would be. But I mean, I kind of like during the movie, I kind of forgot it was an origin movie, and that's what really annoys the shit out of me is like these origin movies, and a lot of times it's because I already know. Right. So this thing had both things going for it, where it's like they did a good job of kind of breaking the mold for me as far as keeping me an origin movie without it feeling bogged down, because things got rolling right away. It's like we're like, you know, we know this guy's not just a guy, but we're not going to spend 45 minutes showing me how when he was a kid and now he's like, you know, they don't show you everything right away. It's kind of like things start happening and you start learning about stuff later. I like that better because the pace is a lot better. Yeah. And then, you know, the action was really great.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with this. It was really fun. It was funnier than I thought it was going to be. The action was very good. Again, someone who myself is really big in martial arts films. There's a lot of cliches in here that people won't notice unless you watch it. Because again, you got Tai Chi in here. It's like, oh, it's the mystical Tai Chi. It's the most perfect thing in the world. Mm-hmm. And from the characters and backgrounds,
you can't touch this person because they flow.
But with all that being said, I thought it was done really well in a Marvel version. It wasn't too heavy-handed. Where it was like, see, you know this, yes. It was more like this is just part of the story, and it flowed really well. Um, I so it always goes into a Marvel ending and goes batshit cuckoo crazy. There, we got the budget, we're gonna spend it.
I
Did go
think this
pretty.
went more cuckoo crazy than most.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was not expecting that. I was like, whoa, what the
Like, oh,
hell's
hold
he
up.
doing? He's
Yeah, you were. I mean, I'm not gonna say it, but it's in the trailer. The fight.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even know about it, which was kind of better for me. I was like, oh, okay, cool, do it.
And I
I
mean, they
like
got
kind of the
two.
way they showed the 10 rings because I didn't know
Yes.
how those really work, and I like how they did them. Like, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought they were actually like rings, not like bracelets.
Yeah. So yeah, like this is
He
nice.
just
So
wears them like bracelets, but you know,
this 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 movie, probably out of any other movie, has changed so much about the actual source material that is kind of its own thing, and I really appreciate that because I think after, let's say after Avengers 2, the Marvel universe kind of became its own thing where we no longer had to compare it to the comics. It was its own thing now. You know,
yeah,
Thor
Yeah.
3 is, like its own thing. Guardians is its own thing. This changes a lot because the Mandarin,
yeah.
he actually has like 10 rings on his fingers, and they changed all that, and I think it's a lot better
Right.
done here.
He looks like a cliche and everything.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, they also had to change a lot of it because they don't want to
yeah.
offend anybody or anything like that. So it's in
So
good taste.
so this is done really well.
And also, it just looks stupid. You'd be laughing at him the whole time if he looked like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like, again, like I forgot where Fu Manchu comes from, but I think that he's like based off of
Like this,
that, like the look,
it was like a
like the
book or like some kind of noir thing that they had access to, but then they lost it.
it was
You know,
some weird shit.
put back. Yeah, it was
Um,
something like that.
and I will say they got two legends to be in this movie, Michelle Yeoh, and they had Tony Long, who
Yep.
is the owner of the Ten Rings in the film. That man's a legend. A lot of people may not know him that well, but the man's been in a lot of movies. Action, drama, romance. Like he's done it all. He's very good, and I
Well,
thought he was really good.
Asian, like the Chinese market. That's why he's a Chinese movie
Yeah.
star.
He stays
Yeah,
over there. He really hasn't done much.
Yeah.
and I really liked his character in here. I thought he was a highlight
Oh yeah.
for me. I
Looks
actually
good.
love the story a lot. Um,
Yeah.
Like he's not a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy until he is again. Um, and
Yeah.
I love the dynamic of Shang-Chi and his sister and him trying to run away from his future so much that he's just like a valet guy that just lives, just drinking beers and going to karaoke bars at night and parking cars.
Karaoke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And mm, Aquafina, I'm a huge fan now. Um, now that she's
Yeah.
not doing
I
her
liked
like
her for a little bit.
racist ass voice, and she's not doing that anymore. She's like legitimately funny, and she's a good actress. Um,
What's
I'm
funny is
now.
like, you know how they always find like the latest person who's popular and like, oh, look what they said 6 months ago. Why don't you fire them? Like if you looked at what this girl has said, you would have never hired her in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird how that works, but that's just real
Yeah.
world crap that we don't need to worry about. But
But
I just think that's kind of funny because she's crazy.
yeah. Um,
She was good, man. I liked her in this.
Mm.
the only
Everybody,
thing.
man. They're all, I don't think I'm trying to think of weak points on this movie.
I
There
well,
were
I
there
was
were
going
weak
to put
points. Just like overall, I had fun though, and I enjoyed
It was fun.
myself. So
Yeah, it was fun. It was funny. The only little nitpick I had was that the death dealer was non-existent in this film.
oh
Uh,
yeah, that's
the,
Oh yeah.
yeah, the character was there just
showed
to
up
sell
twice,
toys, but
4 seconds. Like, look at
yeah,
this guy with a cool mask. And it's like,
And he did look
what?
cool, man. Like colorful and all that. Like I
he looked
love
great.
what
Oh
he had.
yeah,
Yeah, he was looking
vibrant.
fantastic.
Yeah, it looked really.
just a waste of a bad guy. But that's really my only like
More.
complaint.
Yeah.
Besides the ending going again,
But I
like
guess he was
Marvel.
drill
on.
What?
But I guess that was his drill instructor, and that he just used to beat him.
Yeah, yeah, the head trainer.
Well, I like that the rings actually power him up to be like an Avengers level kind of, character. Because without him, I don't know. Is he? Well, he is still super. No, is he?
No, he's just very good at martial arts.
Yeah, he's really good.
That's
With the rings allow him to and stuff like that. Really cool.
Yeah, you can like slam him or throw him or do a kamehameha.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was cool. That was cool.
I want to say spoilers, but
I know.
I'm doing really well.
That was a cool move, but I actually thought I would have wished like the impact of it would have been different than just gliding above the air and make it happen, rather than I would have rather him just actually connect and make it happen. But it's just a nitpick.
Oh, what's your thing? Okay. Yeah.
No, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I do know what you mean, actually.
Music was really good. Like, damn good. I really enjoyed it, man. It had new stuff. It had the traditional stuff, as far as martial arts type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think again overall for me it was fun. It was good action. It was funny. This probably has rewatchability just in the fact of how funny it is and the action is very tight.
Yeah. See it again.
I don't know if it's not one of my top favorite ones, but I will definitely probably watch this one more than most Marvel films that are out. Just because again, it's just colorful. It's different and it feels cool and it's still funny and great to watch. So
yeah,
check it out, guys, if you haven't seen it. Overall thoughts?
Definitely.
Are we good on that, or you guys want to talk about anything else with Shang-Chi?
No, because we can't talk about spoilers, so there's not much.
All right. That being said, we'll go ahead into our spoiler talk of the show. We'll be talking about the last week's episode, and this week's episode of What If. So we'll catch up on those two episodes. If you haven't watched it, pause, go watch it, come back. You can listen to us talk, or if not, you don't have time this week, catch up with us next week to talk about the next episode. So we'll give you a couple seconds here to log off before we start getting spoilers, because I'm super serious, guys. Super serial.
So two of them, huh?
Yeah, and I think that is enough time.
We talked about Doctor Strange, didn't we?
No.
We didn't?
We talked about it on the group chat, but we didn't talk about it in the
Oh yeah.
It's because we didn't record.
Okay.
So last week's episode of What If was a Doctor Strange inspired one. In this universe and depiction of Doctor Strange, his girlfriend, wife, the wife, I believe, girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
Significant other. The love of his life. In this world, when they're in a car accident, she actually dies, and he doesn't lose his hands or anything.
Well,
but
she's not. She's never in the car. This time around, she goes with him to the dinner. That's different too. So he's not as big of a dick.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
a little less.
Yeah, I would say he is the way it ends, but no, like personality wise, yeah, he's more not as dickish outright.
Yeah.
And then he goes out and he tries over and over again to change her death, where he's just continuously going back in time and trying to fix it, and it just gets worse every time, no matter if he goes this way or that way or doesn't
go or this or that.
Yeah. We come to find out it's I forgot the term. I'll make up a word unless you guys know it. Like a singular
absolute.
Yes, thank you. Like an absolute point in time that cannot be changed, no matter what. What happened has to happen in order for X, Y, and Z to happen. So, but but that's not good enough for Doctor Strange. He goes to a temple, learns all the dark magic that there is of all the evil creatures out there, and he starts to actually absorb all of them to collect their powers. And
So
the
that
more
he
time
can be
happens,
strong enough to change that point, I think, is what he's trying to do.
yeah,
Yeah, he has to suck up their energy to have enough power to cast a spell to change it.
yeah.
Mhm.
So then so then this gets a little confusing if I don't know how to say it right, so I'm gonna try. The oh no. Oh, the old Supreme comes back, goes to the Tony, not
The
Tony,
ancient one. That's her name.
ancient one.
Yeah, there you go.
She goes back in time right before he loses his girlfriend. He goes, "Hey, you on this timeline are fucking things up. You need to go stop him right now." And he gets into a fight with himself, and
Well,
then
no, they're in the
um,
same timeline. When the accident finally happens for one of the last times, she intervenes from the same universe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, from the same universe, and basically splits him up in two. So there's two Doctor Stranges in the same universe, which
yeah,
is crazy. One,
two
the
like
good part of him,
there's
the
two
good
timelines,
part of him
like one
is,
where she
yeah,
dies, and yeah, because there's two timelines where he goes batshit
but
crazy.
he's not in a different timeline. He's in the same timeline. There's just two of them.
Yeah, two timelines. Because like there's a
There's,
point
but
where
it's
it
not the.
splits.
But when you
There's a
say
point where
timeline, I'm thinking universe. It's one of the same universe.
but it's two, but then it turns into two different ones because
It doesn't.
he yes because he gets over her death and he doesn't go
It
to pursue
doesn't,
the
dude. She
one does.
split him up. He split her up, or she split him up. So one part goes to the evil temple, and the other part goes and does everything how he's supposed to do. Like basically, the evil's taken out of him. So
And they live
then at
together.
one, no, well
I
they're
don't think so.
separate. He's in that. Watch it. I watched. I don't know why I love that show, that episode so much. I've watched it. That's why when he hits himself, he kind of has that mark. It's still kind of there. He casted that one away. He casted the evil away.
No, like it's the same strange in this universe, but one goes this path and one goes the other way. So like it's
Yeah,
two. It's in the same universe, but then the timeline splits where they're the same person, but it's two different timelines because one, this one happens and this option happens. It's the branching tree effect, like in Mass Effect or something. Like you could have gone this way, but you went this way. It's still the same thing, but it's not because it's again this shit gets
All I know is I
confusing.
didn't pay enough attention this episode.
But anyways, um, the ending for me is what really stuck with me. Um, and
but that's why he had to absorb him at the end because he wasn't his full self.
right, but again, I don't know how to, I don't know if I'm saying it right or if I'm trying to convey the point I'm trying to convey, but it's the same person but two different paths. So like,
Yes, just split up.
yeah, again, technically two timelines because they're going their own separate way. Same thing, but different paths.
But
So
when you say timelines, you make it seem like
because technically it is.
multiverse.
Again, we are in multiverse, but like, because again, technically, one, he gets over the fact that she dies and he finds peace and the world doesn't end. The other one, the world does end because he can't get over the pain. So it's technically two different timelines within the same
And
universe
the
because it's two different branches.
ancient one made the branches.
Yeah. Um. So again, it's
And,
like
but what was her?
it's
Why
timelines.
did she do it again? Like, why did she do that?
Because she knew the Doctor Strange, the main Doctor Strange, the good Doctor Strange, had to go on, had to learn the mystic arts and all that, the correct way, so we could have a chance to defeat the evil one. Because she knew the evil one was gonna go on and learn everything and
Yeah,
basically
absorb
destroy
the
the
monsters.
universe. Yeah,
Mhm.
So, and then he does it, and that's my favorite part. Um.
Like that he actually is able to do all that.
Yes, he's able to beat his himself, form again, and actually destroys the whole universe, everything. And he even pleads to the actual Watcher, be like, "You can change this. You can do it." He's like, "I could, if I could, but you have to learn, sir. Sorry."
Kind of cool how he's the one who notices him, and then he even talks to him.
Yeah.
That
I
was
thought that was cool.
Nobody else can. He's always just on the mountains or whatever watching.
yeah, and it's just a really good example. That old saying of like Joker of like you're one bad day away from being me. It's very easy for a superhero to become a villain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not out of like malicious intent or for power, but it's usually out of trying to do the right thing or trying to
Drama and
like love or
Well, look at Yellow Jacket. What happened in that episode? Where
Yeah.
he's just pissed at Fury, and he's like, "What are you always trying to indoctrinate people to be heroes, and you ruined my family, and
Yeah.
that kind of thing."
That was really cool. I really liked the ending. Like the episode overall, I really enjoyed, but the ending for me just really stuck, and I was like, "That's awesome." Because again, like he is literally by himself in this pit of darkness, and that he created at his own hands, and it's like that's fucked up, but that's so good.
You would have
this actually made me watch Doctor Strange, and I appreciate that movie 100 times more, 100% more.
These episodes have really been making me want to revisit all these movies that they're touching
like the
on.
original stories and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, like the other day, I was watching Guardians because of that episode, and I wanted to watch Strange. I haven't yet, but I do want to watch it again.
Yeah. Where does this episode fall for you guys? Like, so far on a scale.
For me, it's one of my. I don't know, in the middle somewhere. I think. Well, maybe not actually.
That's one of the top episodes.
One of the lower ones for me, because I'm shallow. I like the ones that are like stuff's falling out, and I'm like, ooh, Thanos, ooh, zombie. So
That's
yeah,
fair.
I think for me it wasn't like enough. Like it was very self-contained, and I could see the points that you guys are making and why you liked it a lot. But I just like it when there's more stuffed in, I guess, or more characters.
Fair enough. Man, you said this was in your top, like, best
Two.
episode or like two?
Top two. I think I like the murder mystery one better.
Okay.
Just because I like the whole idea of everyone dying.
Mm.
But this one was really good because I feel like, I could be wrong, I've been wrong, I feel like this whole time. But I don't think this is the last time we heard about this Doctor Strange. And I don't know, it was just super, super interesting on how he kind of turned bad-ish kind of thing. But it was one of my favorite ones. And I kind of appreciate that they changed the story a little bit. That part kind of got me upset because why is it in this timeline she has to die, but in the other timeline she doesn't have to die, or she doesn't die at all. Which
still
if
become
this,
right?
Yeah. Which this Doctor Strange, if he finds that out, I'm sure he's going to be super pissed.
Yeah.
Because there is a timeline where she does not have to die. But it was one of my favorite ones. I actually like this one more than the zombie one.
Oh.
Yeah. Zombie one was a bit of a letdown.
A little bit, I would say. Yeah. It kind of was.
A bit of a letdown.
Well, I guess we don't have anything to add to that. We can jump into this week's episode, Zombies.
Yes, Zombies.
Zombies alive. I like this episode.
It was really graphic.
It was, yeah. Surprisingly, I like the cast that they chose to like focus on instead of like let's focus on the main Avengers. Let's focus on
survivors.
Yeah, like and like Spider-Man and Wasp and I'm bad at names. yeah.
Just the clothes.
Yeah, it's just really fun.
I like the one Peter moment where he's kind of like he's sad about what happened, to Happy, but he's not
yeah.
like in full breakdown mode, and they're like, "You okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of used to it." I'm like, "Damn, that's kind of tragic." Like his
He
whole
mentions
family's
Uncle
always
Ben
dying.
for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah. It was I liked how the story happened. Um, they go into the quantum verse and they get Wasp's mom back, but she has a oh shit, a um
Like
inter
yeah, I
some
know, right?
disease.
One of those like microverse
She went
viruses.
to the TVA, aka the Quantum Zone.
Yeah.
I think in the comics that's how it happened too. Like
Oh.
the Fantastic Four went somewhere and they somehow became or Doctor Doom. I don't know, something like that. But it's kind of cool how they did that here.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little stupid though, the way the Avengers kind of just landed their jet like with their backs against the wall on a bridge, and then just kind of got taken out really easily. Like,
I like that because Hank Pym was actually funny. Kevin Edgar's like, what the fuck? It's a small Hank Pym, and he bit him. Jesus, because that's
yeah,
that's the thing about these zombies. Like they still know what to do. Like they know who they are, but they're zombies.
their powers. Yeah.
Yeah, like they know how
well,
to use
when
the
Cap,
power.
he blocks bullets. He doesn't just get shot in the head. He actually blocks the bullets and stuff.
Yeah, and that kind of like, so these zombies are tactical as hell too. Well, we're screwed, guys. It's over. It's over. Game over.
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to hear from you guys. Why was this maybe just a little bit of a
I think the surviving group to me wasn't as good. Like for me, Agent Carter, I've never liked her, and now especially, I really just hate the character altogether. So I don't like her being around. Bucky's good, Parker's good. We get a cloak, and then to me it's just I guess a little ragtag group, and then we get I don't think that is Okoye, but it is a Dora Milaje card from from T'Challa's hometown. And so I just
Hometown.
yeah. But like I don't know. I thought the roster wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't all that into it with them.
To me, what killed me was the ending and what everything led up to, where it was basically Vision finding or trying to find a cure, almost kind of thing, and then but then he was keeping T'Challa alive just to feed Scarlet.
Right.
That was kind of like, we already had WandaVision. Like, give us something a little more fresher than that. We already know that Vision and Scarlet absolutely love each other and stuff like that.
It was kind of cool though. It's creepy, because he's not human. He's like that's what kept him okay, but still he did something evil.
Yeah, and I guess you kind of almost have to tell that story because Vision is super powerful. He's could kill all these zombies, and then Scarlet Witch is also gonna be super powerful. So I mean, if they weren't the main antagonists in this episode, like at that point, then what happened to them? So I guess they did have to tell the story of that, but I don't know, just the ending, and I don't know where I would want the ending to go because I read a little bit on how Marvel Zombies went. That's I don't know where I would want it to go. It's just it's just not my cup of. I'll probably enjoy it.
I mean, I loved it, but also I was kind of expecting more.
That's pretty interesting. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I remember reading the first volume of Marvel Zombies and the whole T'Challa
me too.
on the tape. Like that was like taken straight out of comics. Like that whole image was taken out of comics, and that was really cool to see because again, yeah, like Manny said earlier, this guy for a Marvel cartoon, it's very graphic, and there's a lot of insinuation and a lot of like bites and like just like pieces falling off of
Yeah.
people's faces. It is for like a Marvel show, it's very graphic and I appreciated that. I'm on the opposite side with the roster. I actually really love them. I do like Agent Carter. I don't think they've never done anything with her until Falcon and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Captain America and Winter Soldier now. Um, Now she has an opportunity to be more of a character. They never really. She was always like the side chick for Captain America, really. Um, Ant-Man was funny when he showed up as a head. That was pretty funny. Yeah, I did like the WandaVision stuff because she is pretty powerful. So a undead, unchecked Wanda is absolutely terrifying. That's just scary. She
But
just
they
wants to eat
almost
flesh.
don't survive then. They like almost shouldn't survive. You get me? That's why I didn't like it.
Sure. I like the sacrifice with Wasp at the end. I don't know. It just felt like a really cool like action horror thing. And if you can mix those two well, for me, it gives a thumbs up. I will say it's in the lower tier of the episodes only because it's just action. It's just zombies. It's just
Mhm.
like visuals. But with that being said, I did really enjoy it a lot actually.
It was like a little less like deep. What if it was more just like, well, they tried to save this one and they all turned into zombies.
It was
Bang,
like
bang,
Zack,
you know,
Zack
fly, fly.
Snyder's Marvel.
Heck. Snyder.
So
Yeah, it's not really. I felt like this one kind of lost slowly but surely. To me, it's kind of losing that question, what if? Um, because how this happened is that Hank Pym's wife actually got a virus in the quantum realm, but then that was nothing to be said in Ant-Man or anything like that. I don't know. It's just it's being and then also like I said in Doctor Strange, it didn't explain why in that universe she had to go with him to the dinner, where in the other universes or the other universe that we
Okay.
know of, he didn't go. So it's kind of shying away from that and just becoming original stories or ish. Um, so I mean that's the only
Yeah.
thing.
I can see your point, but also I think that the way that the way the Doctor Strange ends, it's supposed to happen because that universe wasn't meant to live past a certain point. Like it was meant to end at that point.
Mm.
Because again, like in this universe, it was him trying to change it is what caused everything to happen, and that's what it was supposed to be. Not every timeline will be the same. Some will end a lot sooner. Some will extend to the end of time. Some will be in a halfway point. It just kind of depends on what happens. And for that universe, she has to die. He has to go evil, and he has to destroy the whole universe in his timeline because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Because multiverse. But
Yeah. And
this one definitely felt more like a setup for like a spin-off series of just like zombie stuff.
oh man, please do that.
Yeah, so this one I can agree more with like the whole concept of like what if, because like, yeah, it's cool. She got like polka dot man, she got like a dimensional virus, and it's like, and it caused zombies to happen. But
Yeah.
but past that, it feels more like a setup to like a series more than like a what if story. So
Mhm.
I'll agree with you with the zombies.
I feel like every time we say "what if," we have to say it like Jeffrey Wright. What?
Yeah,
Man, that guy's got pipes. You got serious voice acting ability.
yeah,
And the funny thing, he doesn't really have to change his voice. He
yeah,
just
yeah.
Yeah.
does it.
Just talk to
I want
her.
to see him as Gordon. Actually, I hope that he's, I don't know, Just hope that he's in it a good amount and he's really cool.
Well, I don't think he's going to be in the movie as much. I think he's going to be more in the show.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know why they always like shit on Gordon. Like he's never given really a good role in the movies. Well, I guess that's kind of right. In Nolan he did, but besides that though, he's always like either a bumbling buffoon, like in like in you know the Keaton movies, or
Batman.
or even Clooney, and then I mean don't even start with J.K. Simmons, how they wasted him, and just you know.
If it wasn't
Jeffrey
for the
Wright
Batman
now, it's like, come on, dude. Dude's the
If it wasn't
commissioner,
for the-
man.
If it wasn't for the Batman animated series, I would think he's a little bit of an idiot. Because the Tim Burton / the Schumacher one, yeah, he's pretty bad.
Yeah, he's just a complete dumbass running around. He's basically Chief Wiggum.
Even Adam West too. In the Adam West one, he was kind of useless.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's answering a phone. Oh, someone's robbing the bank. Let me call Batman, even though I'm
here. Let me switch lines real quick. Let me put you on hold. Click. Batman. Somebody's robbing the bank.
Yeah, the Batman world in general, I think, is better off in TV series because like Batman, you can make movies about him all day. But if you want to get to know the characters way better, like Gordon in the TV series on HBO, that's gonna be in theory should be fantastic because he's a lot deeper, but it's hard to get into his character without taking time from Batman's story.
If they made like Detective Comics like in a TV show. Oh.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they did a Batman TV show for HBO?
But not being cheap and like saving him for like the finale and stuff, you know? Like he doesn't have to do a 10-minute action scene every episode. He can do detective stuff or sit in the cave or he doesn't just stop being cheap and I don't know. They always screw it up.
I was just talking about. But well, again, like he's a very character based he's not an action hero. He'll do action shit when he has to, but he's more of like story based and being a good cop and being the only good cop in the city of dirty cops. Like that's like his thing is like he is like the ideal cop that he has to fight against all the dirtiness of the city. He has to put his trust in a man that dresses up as a bat that runs around and goes, "Wee, I'm Batman." It's like damn, like it's like he again he's a really good character, but like HBO could really do well with this Gotham PD show, because the comic was good too, and if they can focus more on that, it'll really make the world feel incredibly big and fantastic.
That was like one of those like breakthrough ideas comics where it was like, oh okay, we could just focus on this little precinct here and like Batman's adjacent to it.
Yeah. So I'm very excited.
Like, what do the cops deal with, on a daily basis when there's craziness happening?
Yeah. Yeah. So that shit is really good. But with What If, I think we're good on that one. Sounds like. We're talking about Gordon.
So I just looked it up. It goes through October 6th, so we got 4 more.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 9 total.
Do we know what's next by any chance offhand?
I think it's Hawkeye.
Oh.
Okay.
And I'm interested in because we still
I never got my Ronin shows wanted. Never will.
You probably get a little bit Ronin in this one.
I think so.
It might be. Maybe. Because we still got the episodes that we know like that were in the trailer, we got Tony Stark and Killmonger still to go, but the other ones I don't know what's gonna happen. So I think that's good. It's gonna be interesting to see what comes up next.
There's an interesting one with Gamora wearing Thanos's armor, so that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what's gonna happen with that. And Thanos, fucker shows up everywhere. Well, he's supposed to. Like in here, he's a zombie too, which with the gauntlets. We forgot that. Like he shows up at the end as a zombie, leading all the zombies with his gauntlet, having like 5 of the stones.
And
And
notice how it all ends
Oh,
up
yeah,
in
yeah.
Wakanda, just like Infinity War.
yeah, that was a cool little touch. That bastard's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
And somebody made a funny meme. They were like, "Oh, I'm not really too worried about T'Challa. I mean, they can make people arms and all kinds of appendages. Just stick a leg on him, and he'll be all right." I'm like, yeah, it's not too bad.
give him a little leg, he's fine.
Give him a, vibranium kneecap, and he'll be tap dancing and doing karaoke with Shang-Chi.
Do we got anything else to add to that, or are we good?
I think we're
I
good.
think we're good.
We are good. So,
We are good.
thank you guys for listening to another episode of Three Nerds on a Sunday with us. We are on Instagram, we are on YouTube, Facebook, all Three Nerds on a Sunday. You want to listen to the podcast itself, just our beautiful voices, you can head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any podcasting app of your choosing. With that being said, watch the next episode of What If. Join us next week. We'll have more nerd outs, maybe some news, some spoiler talks, and we'll be here again. So thank you guys.
Ponder the question.
What if?
So, thank
I
you
want to
guys.
hear him just.
We need to
Just change
hire
my text noise.
cameo. If he has
Oh,
a
that'd be
cameo,
annoying.
if he has a
I
cameo,
would.
we should pay him to do our.
People still do that. They don't.
Yeah.
People don't still do that, do they?
Do what?
Change their like text noise to some little beep or like doot 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 doot, or freaking change their.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, what?
What?
Like, let me text him right now. See what happens.
Yeah, what is this? The 2000s?
You have to like
guys.
go to
Yes, people do that still. I
download
still
it,
do it.
and then somehow put it like on a memory card, and then somehow put it into your phone, and then somehow go to a menu and like root your phone just to get a stupid freaking change of ringtone.
Jesus, that's a lot.
I did that. Yeah, I went through all that hassle.
I did it.
All right.
All right, guys. See you.
Out.
Goodbye.